There are a number of NFL stars that played previous positions in college, like the common quarterback to wide receiver route that Julian Edelman took, or perhaps the reverse that Ryan Tannehill pulled off. Making a switch to a new position after spending one's whole life at another is quite the task, but switching to or from quarterback is even more impressive. Without any doubt, the toughest position to play in the pros is quarterback. Today, we're going to go back to some current stars in high school that once played behind center. This is 5 NFL stars who played quarterback in high school. Before this video starts, make sure to go down and click that subscribe button along with the bell icon so you know when we post new videos. We're both grinding during this quarantine to bring you guys entertaining content. So if you enjoy any of the content that we make, help us reach 50,000 subscribers by subscribing and telling others about the channel. Thank you guys for all of the support. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like. Now, let's get back to the video. First on our list of former quarterbacks is 11-year veteran wide receiver Michael Crabtree. During a 2016 game, when starter Matt McGloin was injured, Crabtree was thrusted into an emergency second-string role. He didn't have to switch positions to go under center. Luckily, Crabtree attended David W. Carter High School in Dallas, Texas, where he played basketball, football, and ran track. He played quarterback for the Cowboys, and as a senior, passed for 870 yards and 11 touchdowns. He added 646 yards and 9 touchdowns on the ground. Crabtree was a rated 4-star athlete and was originally sought after by Texas to play defense, but Crabtree ultimately wanted to score touchdowns, leading to him committing to Texas Tech. He made the switch to wide receiver, playing a role in him redshirting his first season with the Red Raiders. Safe to say, he had success at his new position as he won the Fred Biletnikoff Award as the nation's best wide receiver the next 2 years before declaring for the 2009 NFL Draft. As a freshman, he set NCAA records for most receptions, yards, and touchdowns by a freshman. Crabtree is currently a free agent after recording 7,499 yards and 54 touchdowns. He is most known for his time with the San Francisco 49ers and Oakland Raiders. Crabtree has never thrown a pass in the pros. Second up, we have Pro Bowl wide receiver Randall Cobb. Cobb was a stud at Alcoa High School in Alcoa, Tennessee, where he was an all-district basketball player along with playing football and running track. He led his team to the Tennessee Class AA state championship all 4 years, as he barely lost. He played offense, defense, and special teams, but was mainly behind center. During his time with the Tornadoes, he was named Tennessee Mr. Football. Cobb was a rated 3-star recruit and committed to play at Kentucky. Cobb is the only player on this list that actually played some time behind center in college, but that didn't last long. Once making the switch to the college level, he barely played it again. He had 542 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions as a freshman with the Wildcats. Starting briefly as fans were calling for the benching of the starter, he made his worth elsewhere, rushing for 316 yards and 7 touchdowns and recording 197 receiving yards with 2 touchdowns. He earned SEC All-Freshman honors. After the year, he made the switch to wide receiver primarily, but still made a few appearances in the Wildcat formation behind center. Cobb's 2 successful seasons at wide receiver resulted in him being picked in the second round of the 2011 NFL Draft. In the pros, he went for over 1,000 yards once in a good rookie season. He spent 8 years with the Packers and recently signed with the Texans for 2020. He threw 1 incomplete pass as a rookie. Third, we have 8-year vet Cole Beasley. Beasley was in an option attack offense at Little Elm High School in Little Elm, Texas. The Lobos qualified for the playoffs all 4 years with Beasley. His best season came as a senior, throwing for 1,570 yards and 12 touchdowns, adding 1,184 rushing yards and 12 touchdowns. Beasley was named District Co-MVP as a senior. Coming out of high school, he was rated a 2-star recruit. He committed to play at SMU, where he was converted to wide receiver. He earned second-team All-CUSA while with the Mustangs. Beasley went undrafted at the 2012 NFL Draft, but sure did make an impact in the pros. He spent 7 years in Dallas before signing a 4-year deal with the Bills. He has 4,049 yards and 29 touchdowns in the pros. He has made his worth in the league at slot, known for his route running and shiftiness. The reason Beasley never could succeed in the pros at quarterback is a clear one. Recently, the skepticism with Kyler Murray and how he would perform at such a short height is relevant. Scouts were that worried about Murray's 5'10" stature. Well, Beasley is 5'8". He hasn't thrown a pass in a game since high school. In a Week 2 bout against the Eagles in 2015, Beasley was the second-string quarterback for the Cowboys after Tony Romo went down with an injury. Luckily, he didn't have to step in. All-Pro offensive tackle Lane Johnson is 4th on our list. Johnson is quite the surprise on this list. Unlike the previous 3, he isn't a wide receiver in the pros. He's a lineman. Imagine being a high school kid trying to tackle this quarterback who was at the time 6'5", 195 pounds. Johnson was on the track and field team and competed in shot put. Additionally, he was the quarterback at Groveton High School in Groveton, Texas. Johnson was an all-state honorable mention and named all-district at the position. After high school, he failed to garner the attention of a big program, instead opting to go to Kilgore College, a junior college in Kilgore, Texas. Johnson played quarterback as a freshman with the Rangers, where simply put, he wasn't any good. He threw for 510 yards and 3 touchdowns to 7 interceptions that fall. The story of Lane Johnson would be quite different if legendary college coach Bob Stoops never took notice of him. Stoops believed Johnson could grow into the tight end position, bringing him into Oklahoma. Johnson redshirted his first year before switching to defensive end. Then, due to injury, Johnson switched over to the offensive tackle position. He put on a ton of weight to play the role and somehow maintain his agility. He blossomed at the position and went on to be selected 4th in the 2013 NFL Draft by the Philadelphia Eagles, where he has made 3 Pro Bowls and captured a Super Bowl ring. Last November, Johnson signed a 4-year, $72 million extension to make him the highest paid offensive lineman in the league. Last but not least, we have 3-time Pro Bowl offensive guard Brandon Scherff. Scherff was a stud high school athlete at Denison High School in Denison, Iowa. He was an all-state shot put and discus thrower and won 2 state championships in shot put, played baseball, and played basketball, where he led the state in rebounds as a senior. And of course, Scherff thrived on the football field. As a sophomore, Scherff was the Monarchs' starting quarterback. At 290 pounds, he threw for 1,200 yards on the season. Another massive quarterback switched offensive linemen. As a junior, he was named All-State on defense before making All-State again as a senior, this time at lineman where he dominated. He was regarded as a 3-star recruit and ranked as the number 44 offensive tackle prospect. He chose to attend his hometown Iowa Hawkeyes, where he continued to thrive on the offensive line, winning the Outland Trophy as the best interior lineman in the nation for the 2014 season. After being a high school quarterback, Scherff could bench 480 pounds going into the 2015 NFL Draft. He has been considered one of the league's top guards with the Washington Redskins. He recently was franchise tagged and is expected to sign a long-term deal with the team. He was apparently willing to play quarterback in the pros when younger, and even suggested running a quarterback sneak with him. As you can tell, there have been some surprise players that previously played quarterback in high school. That being said, it's clear that all 5 made the right choice deciding to opt for a new position. Quarterback is one of, if not the hardest position to play in all of sports, and while these NFL studs don't currently reside behind the center, it is impressive that they once did. Next time you see a small wide receiver like Randall Cobb or a huge offensive tackle like Lane Johnson, imagine lining up to that guy at quarterback in high school. This has been 5 NFL stars who played quarterback in high school.